Oh, pushing, runners.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Make sure you guys subscribe, turn your noise on, and leave a like for future videos. Catch you guys there. Peace. I was looking at this yesterday during the Asian session. It should be a pretty chill day or chill week. We have one bias this week. Oh wow, the monthly broke the lows for gold finally. So with that being said, we're starting to break the lows now. You have a high chance on the monthly time frame that at the end of the month we should be able to continue to drop down towards the next level of support. Looking to the left, that is going to be probably right here at like the 1690 mark, like 1700 mark. I want to say for the rest of the month. We have about 9 days left in the month as well. So obviously anything can happen, but the probability of us going down this month is very high due to the fact that the monthly has broken the lows. A monthly starter play in this case, right? The weekly time frame, however, closed bearish as well last week. And if you look to the left, right, look where we closed. We closed below the support. So if we're closing below support, you have a higher chance that next month or this week, we should be able to drive down to fill the rest of the range as we're breaking back into the range area. Right, this is your resistance, this is your support. This is a range that we're looking at. We're looking to break into. High chance this week you're looking at 1720 areas. As long as you respect the last week's high. So the week kind of also, another thing I noticed this week is that we opened up and we have no bottom wick here. I do expect the bottom wick to be created, or I do expect us to flip bearish to continue down at some given point. So the moment we start to show that minor resistance on like the smaller time frame, like the 15-minute time frame or the 30-minute time frame, I'm gonna look for sells coming down to fill that area. All right, so that resistance, let's see how the small time frame looks. So we know everything's kind of bearish here. Daily time frame also closed below this support as well. That's pretty interesting as well. Should be a decent day. We just can't break the highs here though. I believe these highs up here on the day time frame, we can't break those highs if you want to drive down. So let's see where resistance is at. You know that you have, okay, cool. You got a minor resistance right here. Minor level of resistance right here. If this were to break, then price has a high chance to continue up. But I'm looking for sells today. So if we can maybe create a support somewhere, I think we're starting to create a minor support like right here in the 15-minute time frame, very minor one. If we can break below support, we may get sells coming down to fill the range. The range to go down here is a 75 hit range coming down towards the next level of support. All right, so I'm looking to catch that piece if we are able to break below this area here. Yeah, that'll be perfect for us. Looking left, that drag that across as well. That's perfectly fine. Is this copyright free music? Okay, cool. Yeah, so this range looking left, guys, is around a 70 pip range. Probably wait for a closure below. That would be ideal for me. And if I look for sells coming down to fill this area right here. All right. This looks very similar to Friday's move. But no, I just think that 1 daily and 4 hour are bullish. As a scalper, wouldn't you be bullish for a day? Not really. Like even if I'm like, even though I'm a scalper, I still look at the higher time frames. It affects my analysis in some way. You see, like, you see how you said it right there. You said I just think the daily and 4 hour is bullish. Like thinking is emotional. Emotions is different from seeing, especially seeing the same things over and over again, right? The way you saw gold last week is different from the way you see gold this week because you're thinking, you're not seeing. But if you were to see the same way you the same way you would have saw the sells last week by following a trend, are the same ways you would have saw the buy or sells this week as well, following a trend. Nothing changes, right? But thinking it does, because now you're like, oh, maybe we're oversold. Maybe this is the all-time bottom. Maybe it goes on a flip now because we tap some magical support level, and that could be true. Who knows? But thinking about that and not actually seeing it happen is a lot different. Last week gold was oversold, right? Or the week before. Look at the weekly count closed. The reason why I was bearish last week was because we closed below support here on a weekly time frame. Could have been oversold. Who knows? Maybe it was because it came from like 1920 down to 1890. I was still looking for sells, right? Came down 1,000 weeks this week, closed below support. So what's the difference from us closing below that support up here last week and us closing below support today? There's no difference. We're closing below support. There's no difference, right? There's no difference from this and this. You don't want to think, you want to see. You want to see, and me seeing this right here on gold is me seeing the same thing that happened last week on gold as well. I see it. coming down because we closed below support. Very, very crucial. Very, very crucial. But again, if you're a McLaren trader, I understand why you have this on your chart, which is completely fine, right? Completely fine, but I don't want to go back to that lane. That's not my style of trading anymore, right? For a reason too. So if you have an initial bias, I agree, I respect it, but I'm waiting for one thing only. And that's a closure below. But how can you use the same trades every day? What do you mean same trades every day? I look for the same positions every day. And I have the same bias every day due to the same reasoning every day. Right? I have the same plays, the same setups. It's not changing with the emotions. It's all I look for. If I hit stops, I hit stops. I'll just say it was that 20% of the time where price didn't play out. But over a long period of time, that's still winning trade in my books, right? That's how you gotta see things. And it's hard to get there because first you gotta figure out what the sample size of your trades are. And that's the longest part. But of course, by putting in effort and putting in the time, you'll get there at some point. Just be comfortable, man. That's all that is. Be comfortable in your position. Follow your plan, whatever it is. You know, you don't gotta make a new plan the next day because your plan yesterday didn't work. You follow that same plan, you just adjust it. You adjust the little micro things in it. I've been adjusting my plan ever since. This year alone. Fake outs, no top wicks, no bottom wicks. Actually, just no bottom wicks. What else do I have this week? The onion play, like stuff like this that I have I've put together this year over a period of losses, I'll say. Right, so my plan didn't change, I just adjusted it little by little. If you're trying to figure out everything at once from the start, it's gonna be a bit harder. It's gonna take some time. You know, you don't want to rush these things. Again, everything I do in FX, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why before you even jump in a trade. Know the reasonings to everything you're about to do. Your break even, your stop loss, everything. Your TP, why you're taking the trade. Right? You don't want to just jump in and now pray and ask for help. Something you don't want to do, right?
Yeah. He was asking you what should he do. Man, you gotta exit the trade, man. That's what I would do.
Yeah, do whatever your plan shows you to do, right? But when you have no plan, right, then it's chalked. It's chalked, man.
Especially at 8 a.m., right?
Holy shit. This thing just dropped.
Yeah, we were just saying we think we're gonna close below 1774 on this one, on this candle. Hopefully it closes below 1774.
How are we gonna enter on a 5? Current candle stop, probably. You know what I mean?
With 15-minute current candle stops. That's the best. That's your best bet if it closes below.
Well, we might just retrace here the last like couple minutes here, and then we could maybe get a move on 15, 20 pip stop maybe for a overall like 9 pip target. Because now we're targeting that support down there. I remember someone earlier today said this pullback it's a pullback on gold on the new 1 hour candle to go up. So that's why you don't predict, right? You don't predict. You follow the trend. You do what you do every day. Same bias, same reasonings. No emotional guessing. No emotional guessing. Absolutely nobody. Done. Same bias. No FOMO entry. Hey man. It sucks right now probably because you're like, fuck Don, fuck you, bro. You told me not to enter a trade because you had no range here. And now this thing came down like 100 pips. I missed the whole entire move down. Like, Don, like, you know, what are you doing? Okay. Wait till keep those FOMO entries. Give it until next time. See what happens next time, right? But no, for real, like just there was no interest here for me. At least for me. That was part of my plan. Maybe like you could have anticipated this range get filled plus the runner, but overall that range is only like 8-9 pips, right? Your spread is like 5 pips for the most part. The 15-minute start play up here, maybe not really for me. Like the 1 hour opening was maybe the only thing I saw here. 30-minute WAP, right? Wow, that's crazy. That started the whole thing. But we might get a move here in about 3 minutes or who knows. If it closes like this, I'll be comfortable taking it.
Comfortable taking sells off the 15.
Yeah.
What are the stops right now? Pretty ginormous.
30 pips for a TP down here. Cause my TP's gonna be down here
bad.
at like 67, right? 1967 or 1767. So I'll be fine taking a position.
Wick fills 20 pips alone. You'll have stops to break even well before that support at 1774.
Yes. Probably have my TP at like 1770 area around here probably. This is perfect for a closure. 2 minutes left, chat. 8:30. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe if the 30-minute stops. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable taking a position. Pretty comfortable. Nothing should really hold me out here. That's if we retrace here. Come on. Maybe like above, like right here would be perfect. 76. 35 pip stop loss. 20 or 20, 29 to 30 pip. Around that range. 15-minute wick fill. Haven't taken a wick fill entry in a while. It's been a couple weeks maybe. But this is a scenario you can put under as just a closure above the range, right? That's what that is. 16 seconds here for a closure, man. These stops are looking massive. 37 stuff. Damn. Thing is, like, I still believe we'll push down here towards like at least the minimum of the support here. I just want to retrace a bit more so we get like some decent range to go down here, but I don't think we're gonna get that. This thing might just zoop. Here it goes. Zoop. It's also been 40 pips, man. Way too big. I wanted a closure like right here at like 76 or something. Perhaps maybe we can use current count stops to just kind of where a flip again. Perhaps. Ooh, stops here, guys, are on a flip here. Is about 14 pips here. I'm in a position here. Got in position right here on a sell. Stops are about 14 pips. Stop loss is a current candle high, and TP's down here for around 76 pips. The moment we come down here towards the support to left at 1774, I'm gonna move my stops to break even here. But in this case, I couldn't use the previous candle high. That was original stop loss. I couldn't use it because stops were 40 pips. So I'm now using the current candle lows instead here. So let's see what happens on this trade here. Once you get to the support, moving stops to break even. That's like a 10 pip mark, I believe. Ooh, I got like 5 here. Gonna move my stops to break even right here, guys, making this a risk-free trade. Gonna actually close half of my positions right here at 10 pips, and now I'm gonna let a runner go risk-free till TP at the 1767 mark. Nice. That was a quick trade. Oh, push in, runners.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
776.60. Not bad. Nice. Let's see if we can break the support here. Because like we don't actually have a closure here, but if we can get a closure below in like 11 minutes here, that'll be perfect for us to continue to drive down. But overall, like we had a very strong support here, right? That's why we moved stops to break even. We might be goody here.
Nice.
Good stuff.
At 10.
Close full. Can do it. Yeah. Nah, I get you on that. Yeah, this is a super strong support. It's definitely stronger than the support at 70-78. A lot stronger. So I do understand if you guys can close full too. Like you guys gotta do exactly what I did here. Close full like Andre. It's completely fine. Right. My plan is just to leave it running here, but everyone has their own plan at the end of the day. Right. So don't feel like forced. Don't feel pressured to leave runners or anything. Close full if you want close full at 10. Just don't laugh. Just don't cry later when if it does go down to TP. You know, like make sure it's your plan.
Exactly.
Make sure it's part of your plan. Congrats. Good trade. W. I doubt that'll be good here. I doubt just because like we're tapping support and this 15 like is struggling to break below there and close below. But again, it's a runner. It's a risk free. Let's see what happens. We still got a good trade though today. I'm pretty happy about that. Gotta stop that breaks here, chat. Oof. Jack Fung, good question. If most runners get hit, why do you close 50% and not 75%? Comes down to your comfort level, I guess, at the end of the day. The whole point of runners in the first place is for you to make more than your initial close of that position. So that's why I like to close 50-50. But again, sometimes I close 65. It just depends on the situation. In this case, like I was fine risking 50% of my positions. Like I'm not, you know, there's no like set number I gotta make today in profit wise. I'm comfortable just closing half, and it's a win in my books, right? It's definitely a win in my books. I don't really care how people see it. It's a win, break even, close half. It may have not been a full closure at half or the full closure at 10, but it was still some profits on the table today. So that's just one trade today. We might get another trade, who knows. Not every trade is perfect, and it's very important to understand that. All right, not every trade is gonna be your perfect stop loss, your perfect TP. It's not always just gonna drive down towards there and doesn't, you know. So we do the same thing every day, which is manage risk the same way, the same format. That's all that is. It's just a repeat. Start to play, sleep. Start to play, wake up. Start to play, eat.
I feel like your 50% is always the reason. The reason it's worth it is because you close 50% every time and you follow your plan. So when those 20% of runners do hit, you like very often end up just like doubling your month in one trade. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think if you close 75% every time, your runners would never be as big. So I think in the long run, you'd probably make less.
I was actually gonna not close anything in that position too, but like this support here kind of helped me out from doing that. If this is a lot cleaner, I maybe would have just held the whole position coming down, but I break even.
I think people close 75% every time because they're afraid of them hitting break even. But if it's a part of your plan, like it's Don's, he closed 50 every time, and if it hits a target, it hits a target. If not, it hits break even. He's okay with that, and I think that's why Don, you could see me and Andre, we have never caught runners like Don. Don catches runners that are just disgusting because it's part of his plan and he's accepted that. I think it's like a next level of scalping where you can turn scalps into swing trades. I think that's like Super Saiyan Mode 3. So
Super Saiyan Mode 3. That's Goku.
I think it's hard for us humans to understand, but once you become a robot and you catch 90 pip runner, 200 pip runners as a scalper, then I guess you realize that.
Another thing as well is like it's already in my head, like it's already in my mind, my plan that I will hit break even. Like it's already set in my head, set in stone, set in my brain that I will close half here and it will hit break even. Like I wouldn't be worried at all if it were to do so, because whatever, it's just another trade I took.
It's so difficult because I've been closing 50 for the past like month, but I'll close the second 50 at like 30-40 pips. I just like, I don't know, it's so hard. Maybe I just need to like close my terminal.
And another thing, as well, like who knows, in the future we might get better at closing positions. Like we will know like when to close, when to not to close, but it's a long game, and like in the future that day will eventually come at some point if I keep just taking the same trades and keep adjusting these making these micro adjustments to my trading plan every day, right? But you know, that's what it's all about though. It's a long-term game. I'm not at an all-time high right now. I'm not a GOAT. I'm just simply doing the same shit every day right now. And so, you know, so whenever.
I think part of the problem that I see with people that maybe I've encountered myself is that like if you try and force runners, maybe when you're not comfortable, like Don said something super important. If his break even gets hit, he literally doesn't mind. It's okay, right? He's not thinking about if he would have closed full. So until you break that barrier, runners may not be your option. Like that's where it is for me right now. Like I saw the way the 15-minute tap support, I saw the way the 5-minute closed. I was like, I'm not comfortable leaving a runner here, you know? So I just didn't, and that's okay. You know, not everyone has to turn their trade from a scalp entry to a swing exit the way Don does, because that's just like, it's hard. It takes a lot of practice to do that.